She was going to be an actress. She was going to be a star. She was going to shake her ass in the hood of White Snake's car. Her yellow SUV. Oh, wait, I'm streaming. Hey, cubbies. How you doing? Cubbies. Am I streaming? Hold on. No, I don't want that one. I want this one. I don't. I'm gonna mute that because I don't want to hear it playing. Okay, I'm gonna have Gimme open. So that's who's playing with Sly right now. But I'm gonna have my own chat open so I can see what the hell's going on. Yeah. Eventually I'll do the whole music thing and, be like one of the cool kids. I just can't afford it right now. Waiting for some confirmation that I'm actually streaming. Check something. Oh, I hear myself streaming. Okay, I must be on. Oh, I hear myself streaming. Okay, I must be on. Okay. Oh, I hear myself. Okay. Tablet says I'm live. I must be live. Yeah, switch now. Does have to. Oh. So, Cubs, you survived the work week. I survived the not working week. Does that count? You guys can't see me smile. Oh. This is my pretty much stream coming soon window. I don't have the money to commission an official one anyway. Nope. Oop. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. VTuber. I'm posting to Switch right now, so if anyone wonders what the hell I'm doing, I'm trying to post as many tags as I can to get attention to the fact that I'm on. VTuber. VTuber. En español, por favor. I'm not doing not doing a debut, so I don't need to tag that one. Oh, wait. VTuber. Is no one doing the VTuber Uprising tag anymore? Honestly, it doesn't look like anyone. VTuber Up. Wow, VTuber Uprising isn't even coming up as a tag. That's cool, I guess. Okay. Yes, I'm talking while I'm doing this, because... Oh, where's Go Live? That's cool. There's all this crap going on Twitter. Okay. 34 new tweets. What the hell am I watching? It's funny. Twitter is full of boundless information. It's kind of weird. Well, my typing skills are down. Damn. I love the fact someone posted a thing saying, oh, it's Snurline. It says, VTubers, drop your PNG and I will tell you what animal you remind me of. My comment is, I would hope I remind you of a wolf. Because, you know, I am. It's 9:07. Let's go ahead and make it official that I'm on. Bing! Oh, where the hell am I? Oh, come on. There I am. Cool. Okay. Now we'll get to story time. I just have to get all my broadcasts done and whatnot and such. My DMs are open if anyone has any method in which to have all these broadcasts. Am I being mentioned? Oh, okay. It's because they're saying they're going on. Okay. Oh. No, I don't want to go to frickin' file. I want to just post. Damn it. I have had 651 views. That is kind of cool to know. No, I did not want that open. Did I? No, I didn't. I don't want that open either. Did I actually? I closed Discord. Oh. Fuck me. Can you hear me? Is it because I closed Discord that my mouth isn't moving? Hold on. I mean, I can hear me talking, but I don't see my Discord responding. Why is Discord not up? Discord? Hello. Discord has to be doing something because the picture wouldn't be up if it wasn't getting information. I think that's how it works. Is that how it works? Okay. I'm gonna have to start putting a disclaimer on myself. Oh, Discord says it's checking for updates. Oh, ain't that peachy? You guys at home are getting to hear me have all these scuffle moments. I swear I set multiple things up before I even started streaming. I don't know why it's acting up now. I have a cat staring at my feet as though they look delicious. That is not a good sign. Okay, Discord's open again. Ba-ding! Okay, it says voice is still connected on Discord. Am I just having... Oh, well, now the mouth is moving again. Okay. So if Discord closes, that stops working. Good to know. Now I can continue broadcasting that, hey, the drunk wolf is online. Where is it? Self-promo. There we go. Okay, paste it there. I'm honestly waiting for the shortbread to kick in because there's a reason Scotch and the Irish eat so much shortbread, because it's supposed to help soak up alcohol. And even though... Oh, I know it's so sound there. Streamer link. Okay. Is anyone there yet? As always, well, this isn't a recording stream. A recording stream. This is a regular drunken fairy tale night. So you can do whatever sound effects you want or anything else like that, and you can talk to me in chat because I will just respond as if you're one of the kids talking to me. Because that's what the storytelling thingy is for. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, and edit and update. Cool. Boom, 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 boom. Dimensions. Shall have updates. Okay. So I will be streaming and give your waifu, duckfu. If you find me bored at any time, feel free to go here. That didn't work. What the hell? My shout out messages don't work right. Fuck. I have Twitter. I'm open on both of them. And language warning, I do say fuck. Because fuck. Oh, I said gimme your waifu, not give me your waifu. That's why it didn't work. Let me fix that. Okay. Let me do this again. Ooh. So it's give me your waifu, not give me your waifu. This one, yeah. If you get bored at any time, go hang out with them because they're playing. I think they're doing Phasmophobia. At the end of the raid, That's the end of the stream. Stream, I will probably raid them because that's. Well, they're probably going to be playing longer than I'm going to be trying to read you fairy tales. Okay. Because right now, it's. Looks like it is gimme. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, man, I yawned. Gimme away after midnight. Doesn't sound right. Okay, Cubs. If you're ready to get into the whole fairy tale thing, the whole reason I'm doing the stream tonight is Friday Night Fairy Tales, because that's my thing. If you want to get my attention, you know how. Just do the thing. Maybe. Okay, heard that. So, sounds are working. As I said, I do the sounds. Oh, because I've got the microphone on. Duh. Okay. It's like, why am I hearing it twice? Okay. Wait a minute. I need to hear it twice. So I can't mute my own stream. Okay. Anyway, we're doing fairy tales tonight. And I said that I'm testing stuff because I'll be testing stuff. I'm going to be trying to do a semi-physical mechanic in cases of me doing multiple voices. No, let me show you. Let me switch over to storage screen. Boop. Hello? Why am... Oh, stream loots. Oh, there we go. Okay. As you see, I'm talking both sides of both sides of my ass right now. Out of both characters right now. But while I'm doing the actual story, I'm going to be turning off one of them. Fuck, that's not going to work right either. So originally I was going to be doing like, okay, well, let me do this. My, what grandmother, what big eyes you have. That bigger to see with. Shit. Whole mechanic doesn't work right. Damn it. No, it was an idea. Oh well. Okay, so I'm just going to be talking out myself. Okay, so again, I'll just be doing the one. I'd hope to do the other one right, but it does not look like it's going to work. So check something. Okay, I've got all my stuff marked and whatnot, so. And I'd really like to thank any of you followers or people just watching that helping it out. If you could give me a like, not like this isn't YouTube. Give me a follow. I would really appreciate it. Honestly, even if you guys are just lurking, it's great because everything counts anymore. And if you want to get my attention, feel free to use the sound alerts because they will get my attention. If I fall asleep, use the sound alert. It should hopefully get my attention. But again, that's fairy tale night. Since no one's really here, I'm gonna say something that I think is kind of cool. But fan artsy's doing a thing. If you don't know who fan artsy is, fan artsy does quite a bit of art. They didn't do the character up here, but they did do like my profile picture and a couple other things of art for me, like the main screen. But we've got a double super secret project going on right now that I may not use on every stream. I'll probably use it on the gaming streams because I really do like sitting and reading the stories. But other interactions might get a bit cooler. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Oh God. Um. Oh. Again, I'm just glad any of you guys are actually here lurking, or I would say chatting, but no one's chatting yet. But hey, and if anyone wants to donate to my coffee, I've got it down there. Not that I really pressure anyone to doing coffee with me, or you can go to my throne because my throne does have more books that I'm looking into, maybe getting into read. It's... Oh damn! Excuse me. Yes, throne is cool. It essentially gives me access to order stuff. And you guys are just ordering it through my account, basically. I haven't got anything through it, so I don't really know how it works completely. I'll admit that. But I've got a lot of storybooks on there that I was wanting to add to my collection so I can stream it for you guys. So help me help you learn fairy tales. I know, it's just kind of creepy. It's like, dudes, give me money so I can read stories. But really, I want to entertain you guys. That's why I'm here. I mean, the Brothers Grimm ones are absolutely awesome and confusing and damn right creepy at times. The Irish ones that I'm reading on Thursdays, they're cool. Well, I'm gonna need more material, basically. And as vast a library as I have, I don't think you want me calling reading textbooks. Reading college textbooks. Because I've got a lot of those. And no one to design new backgrounds and everything else because I've got projects and stuff that I really want to do, but like for the long time I was working at a PBS station, your donations really do help. And it's people like you that keep streamers alive. Some more than others. I mean, I know there's people that actually live off of the streaming pay. I'm not one of them. Kinda wish I was. But I just don't pull the numbers. So I'm doing this for the hell of it. And any benefit that I get from you guys goes back to the stream. So you guys get more to see and do and whatnot. I think it's pretty cool. I actually think it's pretty awesome. And we're entertainers. We're here to entertain. If you're not entertained, we kind of die off. If you guys help us entertain you or give us ideas on what to do, we can try to do it. That's the whole basis of what VTubing is. We are here portraying characters for your entertainment. So, if you like what we're doing, follow, subscribe, offer bits for those who can do it. Or even like the coffee accounts. If you want to help us, you can donate there or do anything else, and we can turn around and put the money towards the account. It's cool. It's easy. It's me getting preachy. Okay, so you wonderful, beautiful cubs are here for story, right? So I should probably delve into the actual character before I fall off the deep end completely. Again, sound alerts are on. So give me a second here. Cool things on the horizon, but I'm not gonna talk about them because I really don't want to. Okay. Now, focusing and focusing and... God, you cubs, would you keep it down? I know it's karaoke night, and I know I came in late, but still, just because I'm letting your parents have another night out doesn't mean you need to take it out on me. I mean, for dog's sake, cubs, You don't have to. I know it's Friday. I know you're excited it's Friday and I'm here, but still. You guys have been playing video games all day. Can you just turn them off for a while? Yeah, I know your favorite show's on TV, but still. Your parents have had that set on to DVR for months, and it's not even a new one, it's a rerun. Uh, can you just go to bed, please? Yeah, go ahead and go to the bathroom. Look, if you're good, I'll even let you get cookies in bed. I know your mom will yell at me and yell at me because of all the crumbs you guys will leave, but yeah, just get ready for bed, Cubs, okay? I'll get the book out and I'll find something worth reading, okay? Okay. What? You want me to do the voices too? Cubs. Fine. I'll try to do the voices as best I can. It's just gonna be weird. Hand some of those cookies over. I'm gonna eat some too. Okay, where did we leave off in your book? Clever Hands? Is that really where we left off? Yeah, because we left off with the woman saying, "For God's sake, let us in." No, we did that last time. Okay, cops, just pipe down, please. Loud noises aren't good for me right now. Yep. Okay, Cubs, if you have any questions, just get my attention, and I'll try to ask them, okay? Answer them, not ask them, because you're asking questions. So. Anyway, book, yes. Are you sure we're on Clever Hands? Because I thought... Okay, let's see. Clever Hands, Clever Hands. Oh, God, the Little Less than Little Flea. That was a pathetic story. Oh, there we go. Clever Hands. It's on 103. Yeah, let's get to that. Oh, God. So this is a conversation between Hans and his mother. I guess that's... Yeah. Okay. I mean, Cubs, be quiet, Cubs. Nice, calm, quiet Cubs, just ready for bed, okay? Okay. Clever Hands. Of course, his mother has the first line. Let's make that easier. Okay, this is Hans' mother and Gretel. Okay, I'll try to do the voices. No promises. Where are you going, Hans? His mother asked. To Gretel's, Hans replied. Take care, Hans. Don't worry. Goodbye, Mother. Hans arrived at Gretel's place. Good day, Hans. And I'm already messed up. Okay, let me try this again, kids. Where are you going, Hans? His mother asked. To Gretel's, Hans replied. Take care, Hans. Don't worry. Goodbye, Mother. Hans arrived at Gretel's place. Good day, Gretel. Good day, Hans. Have you brought me anything nice? Didn't bring anything. Want something from you. Gretel gave him a needle. Goodbye, Gretel, Hans said. Goodbye, Hans. Hans took the needle, stuck it in the hay wagon, and walked home behind his wagon. Good morning, Mother. Good evening, Hans. Where have you been? To Gretel's. What did you bring her? Didn't bring her anything. Got something. What did Gretel give you? Got a needle. Where'd you put the needle, Hans? Stuck it in the hay wagon. That was stupid of you. Now you have stuck it in your sleeves. Doesn't matter. I'll do better next time. Where are you going, Hans? To Gretel's, Mother. Take care, Hans. Don't worry, Mother. Goodbye, Mother. Hans arrived at Gretel's place. Good day, Gretel. Good day, Hans. Have you brought me anything nice? Didn't bring anything. Want something from you. Gretel gave Hans a knife. Goodbye, Gretel. Goodbye, Hans. Hans took the knife and stuck it in his sleeve and went home. Good evening, Mother. Good evening, Hans. Where have you been? At Gretel's. What did you bring her? Didn't bring her a thing. Got something. What did Gretel give you? Got a knife. Where'd you put the knife, Hans? Stuck it in my sleeve. That was stupid of you, Hans. You should have put it in your pocket. Doesn't matter. I'll do better next time. Where are you going, Hans? To Gretel's, Mother. Take care, Hans. Don't worry. Goodbye, Mother. Hans arrived at Gretel's place. Good day, Gretel. Good day, Hans. Have you brought me anything nice? Didn't bring anything. Want something from you. Gretel gave Hans a kid goat. Goodbye, Gretel. Goodbye, Hans. Hans took the goat, tied its legs together, and stuck it in the pocket of his coat. By the time he got home, the goat had suffocated. Good evening, Mother. Good evening, Hans. What have you been? At Gretel's. What did you bring her? Didn't bring her a thing. Got something. What did Gretel give you? Got a goat. Where'd you put the goat, Hans? Stuck it in my pocket. That was stupid of you, Hans. You should have tied the goat to a rope. Doesn't matter. I'll do better next time. Where are you going, Hans? To Gretel's, Mother. Take care, Hans. Don't worry. Goodbye, Mother. Hans arrived at Gretel's place. Good day, Gretel. Good day, Hans. Have you brought me anything nice? Didn't bring anything. Want something from you. Gretel gave Hans a piece of bacon. Hans took the bacon, tied it to a rope, and dragged it along behind them. The dogs came and ate the bacon. By the time Hans arrived home, he had the rope in his hand and nothing attached to it anymore. Good evening, Mother. Good evening, Hans. Where have you been? At Gretel's. What did you bring her? Didn't bring her a thing. Got something. What did Gretel give you? Got a piece of bacon. What have you done with the bacon, Hans? Tied it to a rope, dragged it home. Dogs got it. Well, that was stupid of you, Hans. You should have carried it in your head. Doesn't matter. I'll do better next time. Where are you going, Hans? To Gretel's mother. Take care, Hans. Don't worry. Goodbye, Mother. Hans arrived at Gretel's place. Good day, Gretel. Good day, Hans. Have you brought me anything nice? Didn't bring anything. Want something from you. Gretel gave Hans a calf. Goodbye, Gretel. Goodbye, Hans. Hans took the calf and set it on his head. The calf kicked him in his face. Good evening, Mother. Good evening, Hans. Where have you been? At Gretel's. What did you bring her? Didn't bring her a thing. Got something. What did Gretel give you? Got a calf. What have you done with the calf? Put it on my head. Kicked me in the face. Well, that was stupid of you, Hans. You should have led the calf by the stable and put it in the stall. Doesn't matter. I'll do better next time. Where are you going, Hans? To Gretel's mother. Take care, Hans. Don't worry, Mother. Goodbye, Mother. Hans arrived at Gretel's place. Good day, Gretel. Good day, Hans. Have you brought me anything nice? Didn't bring anything. Want something from you. I'll come along with you. Oh, hold on. I'll come along with you, Gretel said. Hans took Gretel, put a rope round her, and led her into the stable, tied her to a stall, then threw her some grass. Then he went to his mother. Good morning, Good evening, Mother. Good evening, Hans. Where have you been? At Gretel's. What did you bring her? Didn't bring her a thing. Got something. What did Gretel give you? Got nothing. She came along. Where have you left Gretel? Led her by rope and tied her up in the stall and threw her some grass. That was stupid of you, Hans. You should have thrown friendly looks at her with the eyes. Hans went into the stable, cut out the eyes of all the cows and sheep, and threw them at Gretel's face. Then Gretel got angry, tore herself loose, and ran away. That was how Hans lost his bride. What the fuck are you doing, Hans? Sorry. Oh, God. Oh. Oh. Hans isn't so clever now, is he, children? Oh. I actually read that before the stream and I didn't want to know anything about it. Oop, hello. Am I disconnected? Oh, God, that story. Where did you go, Hans? Went to Gretel's. Did you bring her anything nice? Nope. Got something, though. Nice. And Hans gets kinda... Oh, Cubs. Why do you make me read this? Oh, because it's my book. Huh, my bad. Oh, God. Hans is not so clever. Hans? Mm. And you guys want me to read again, huh? You children want me to read again? Hello? Hello there. Oh. Are you Cubs just gluttons for punishment? Or do you just really like my bad voicing? You just really like my bad voicing. I figured as much. I'm sure you're not getting any educational value from my reading. What's really bad is the whole clever Hans thing is not a constant thing. Because Hans may be clever, but apparently in the stories he is not. Not at all. Ugh. Mm. Okay, here's another variation of it. That's gonna start bucking. Hold on. Okay, since you cubs haven't really settled down, I'm sure my attempt at doing Mother's voice or Gretel's did not exactly calm you down and put you to sleep, so I guess I'll have to continue reading stories. Fine. I'll give you another story then. Ready? Cool. A very rich widow lived in the valley of Geslegen, and she only had a son who was coarse and had crazy ideas. He was also the greatest fool among all the inhabitants of the valley. Now, one time, this very same dunce happened to notice a beautiful, attractive, and intelligent daughter of a highly respected and distinguished man of Saarbrücken. The fool took an immediate liking to her, so he implored his mother to arrange a marriage with this young woman. If she didn't, he would smash the oven and the window and break all the staircases in the house. His mother knew His mother knew and clearly understood how mad her son was, and feared that if she didn't let him court the young maiden right away, and didn't give him a great deal of property to boot, he would act like such a boorish ass that he'd be out of control and there would be no reasoning with him. Like a politician. Far too many boorish asses in politics. Oh. Even though the maiden's parents were wonderful people of a noble lineage, they were also very poor, so that because of their poverty, they were not in a position to look after her according to her social position. Consequently, they were obliged to approve the dunce's courting. But his mother was also afraid that her son was such a big, bumbling oaf that the maiden would perhaps reject him. Therefore, she gave him all kinds of lessons so that he would know how to treat a young woman with fine and polite manners and how to be nimble on his feet. Guy should be that anyway. After the maiden had her first meeting with him and talked with him, she gave him a pair of handsome gloves as a gift. They were made out of soft Spanish leather. Corinthian leather. I am not Ricardo Montalban, nor will ever be because of some con. Okay, never mind. That's before your Cubs' ages. No, it's not. It's an entirely different con. It's the original con, not the new con. You don't even know who Ricardo Montalban is. Oh my God, Cubs! I'm gonna force you to watch late night TV until you figure out who these people are. Yeah, he was also on Pleasure Island. No, it's. Oh God! Every show he's been on has been remade. What the hell? Why is Ricardo Montalban being replaced everywhere? He's like rich Corinthian leather. I can't force you to watch late night TV because you're supposed to be asleep already. Yeah, I'll continue with the story. Sorry. Honestly, Spanish leather is awesome. You should get some. Not you, Cubs. The invisible people on the other side of the wall that you don't see. Yes, Cub. No, Cubs. Hmm. Cubs? Cubs, calm down. Calm down. There's not an invisible man on the other side of the wall that's paying any attention to what we're doing. Cubs. 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 Ignore that wolf in the corner. He doesn't exist. Cubs. No, no, no. Cubs. 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 I want you to come. Hold on. There is no man in the corner. He is a figment of your imagination. Lay back down. Lay down. Cubs. Cubs. Honestly, I'm not here. I'm not really here. I'm just a figment of your imagination. See, he even says he's part of the imagination. Wait. I've been drinking just a bit. Okay. Reach Corinthian leather. It's awesome. Story. The fool put them on and started out for home. Suddenly there was a rainstorm, and he cut the gloves on. He didn't care whether they became wet or not. He was walking along the path, he slipped and fell into the swampy water. When he arrived home, he was covered with mud, and the gloves were nothing but soggy leather. He complained to his mother, and the old woman scolded him and said, "The next time you should wrap them in a handkerchief and stuff them inside your shirt next to your chest." Oh my god, I should stop doing voices. I really should. That's just. Uh, seriously. I should stop doing voices altogether. I'm telling a story here. Okay. Soon thereafter, the numbskull showed up again at the maiden's house, and she asked him about the gloves. He told her what had happened, and she laughed and quickly grasped how little wisdom he possessed. Now she gave him another present. This time it was a hawk, because hawks can get wet apparently. He took it and headed home and remembered his mother's words of advice. So he strangled. Oh my god, this stupid idiot is just completely fucking ridiculous. He is a Nimrod. Don't treat birds that way. He strangled the hawk, wrapped it in a handkerchief, and stuck it inside his shirt. His mother scolded him again and told him that he should have carried it carefully on his hand. The yokel went to the maiden a third time. God, maidens. So he told her what had happened, and she thought to herself, "He's truly a living fool," and realized that he didn't deserve anything precious or splendid. Therefore, she gave him a big hoe with. Okay, he's not able to handle anything precious, so she gave him a big hoe. Yeah, buddy, I want a big hoe with spikes. Really, it says it here. She gave him a. Let me find it in here. I'll continue the story in a second. She gave him a big hoe with spikes as a gift so that he could use it while plowing. Yeah, he's going to go plowing a hoe. Oops. Therefore, she gave him a big hoe with spikes as a gift that he could use while he was plowing the land. Again, he took his mother's advice to heart and carried it home high above his head with his hands like a large ladle. His mother was not at all satisfied and told him he should have tied it to a horse and dragged it home. Finally, the maiden realized that even the Lord would not be able to help the fool, since there wasn't an ounce of brains or wisdom in him, but she didn't know how to get rid of him. So next time she saw him, she gave him a huge piece of bacon. Bacon. And shoved it into his chest. Of course, he was very satisfied and wanted to go home right away. However, he was afraid he might lose it and therefore tied it to the tail of his horse. Then he mounted the steed and rode home. While he was riding, the dogs came running after him and ripped the bacon from the horse's tail and ate it. When the fool arrived home, the bacon was gone. Bacon. Oh, I need some bacon. Now it was completely clear to his mother that her son's wisdom would prevent the marriage. So she decided to drive to the maiden's parents and set the date for the marriage. What? Hold on, let me reread that. Make sure I'm reading this right because it sounded weird to me. Rewind. It was now completely clear to this mother that her son's wisdom would prevent a marriage. So she decided to drive to the maiden's parents to set the date for the marriage, and before she departed, she had a serious word or two with him, and told him to keep the house in order and do not do anything foolish, particularly since she had a goose that was about to hatch some eggs. As soon as the mother was out of the house, her son disappeared quickly into the cellar, where he got drunk on the wine and lost the plug to the wine barrel. As he hunted for the plug, all of the wine spilled and flooded the cellar. Consequently, the bumbler took a sack of flour and shook it all over the wine so that his mother wouldn't see the damage when she returned home. After doing this, he ran up into the house and began eating some wild venison. But the goose that was sitting on her eggs became frightened and shrieked, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah!" The fuck? In turn, the fool became scared and thought the goose had said, "I'm going to tell on him." And he was positive the bird would tell that he had done in the cellar. So he took the goose and chopped its head off. Now he was afraid the eggs would spoil and that he was really in trouble. But he thought of a solution. He would sit on the eggs until they hatched. Okay, this guy's a real dumbass. Yeah, I'm going to say dumbass on stream because I don't care. There's no stream, kids. Ignore the comment about this being a stream. You are not losing your illusion. Your kids in a bed being read to by that wolf in the chair. Yeah, that one over there. Pay attention. However, it would not work unless he was covered with feathers like the goose. I guess he has some sense of logic. Again, he thought of a solution. He took off his clothes and smeared his body all over with honey, and that his mother had recently made. His mother's a bee? What? How would his mother make honey? She's like human. She's not a bee. Makes no sense. Anyway. Then he ripped open the quilt of a bed and rolled around in the feathers. So that he looked like a hobgoblin. Wait, hobgoblins are covered in feathers? Have I been lied to all this time? What monsters have I been killing? Finally, he sat down on the goose eggs and was completely quiet so that the silly young geese inside would not become afraid. What? As the numbskull was sitting there, his mother returned and knocked on the door. Since the fool was sitting on the eggs, he didn't want to answer. She knocked again, and he screamed, "Gaga! Gaga!" Because that's what geese make, apparently. And though he thought the hatchlings the silly young geese, or fools like himself, and therefore he couldn't speak. Finally, his mother answered him so much that he crawled out of the nest and opened the door. When she saw him, she thought he was the devil himself and asked him what was going on. And he told her that everything was in top shape. However, his mother was anxious about her dunce because his bride was due to arrive soon. So she said to him that she would gladly be there. She advised him to welcome her in a friendly way and to be nice to her and steadily cast polite eyes upon her. The fool replied, "Yes, mother, I'll do as you say." So he wiped off all the feathers, got dressed, and got into the stable, where he cut out the eyes of all the sheep and stuffed them under his chest and his shirt next to his chest. As soon as the bride arrived, he went towards her and cast all the eyes that he had gathered at her face, for he thought this was the way it was to be done. The good maiden was horrified that he had drifted and dirtied and ravaged her like that. Ravaged? That is what she considers being ravaged? Hello? Hello, Discord. We're not working. Hello? Anyway, what are we doing? Is my face not working? Hello? Damn it, Discord. The scuff is real. Hello? Okay, well, there we go. Honestly, I need to make myself a technical difficulties window. Because technical difficulties happen. Beep! The good maiden was mortified that she had been dirtied and ravaged like that. It was clear that the fool was a complete bore, and that he was totally berserk, and might do something or everything to her that came to mind. So she turned around and went home and rejected him. He was remaining a fool just as he was before. He's still hatching young geese to these days. I'm concerned, however, that when these geese wake up, they too will become young fools. Lord may protect us. Okay, Cubs. I've got to take a quick break. So, we're back. Maybe? Yeah. Boop. Did you miss me? No? Not a tiny bit? I shouldn't have talked about Rich Corinth and Leather so long. Because that's just going to make this next story all the more interesting. Because a certain movie is ingrained in my head that a certain character should sound like Antonio Banderas. And because of this, well, not because of that, I'm eating nachos, but nacho ASMR. I like tortilla chips. I don't need cheese. I don't want to take that long of a break. But you little cubs, I must inform you that the next story, if you hadn't gotten the hints yet, is Puss in Boots. I apologize for the munching because, well, I need something. My cat has been staring at me since I said Puss in Boots. It's like, why am I talking about his hero? I know I'm using Snowborn for the cutaways. I should really be using me. I'll fix that. Just me peeking out of the corner. There we go. That's cool. Okay. I should go get back to the story. Are we good? All back in your seats. Your seats and tray table was put back in the upright position. That's not a plane. That's an entirely different subject. Anyway. No, Cubs, that wasn't exactly the best story to try to tell you to get you to bed. I guess we'll go ahead and do the next one then, okay? Okay. I'll read one or two more stories. I'll go ahead and make it two just because you've been good. And you've been fairly quiet and pretty much letting me eat all the food in your house to tell your mom. I should like the next one, though. It doesn't involve any wrench screws in the leather. It should, though. It is Puss in Boots. El gato en las botas. Okay. A miller had 3 sons, a mill, a donkey, and a cat. As opposed to me having 3 cats. And a mill or a donkey. The son had to grind the grain, the donkey had to haul the grain and carry the flour, and the cat had to catch the mice. When the miller died, the 3 sons divided the inheritance. The oldest received the mill, the second the donkey, and nothing was left for the third but the cat. This made the youngest sad, and he said to himself, I certainly got the worst part of that bargain. The oldest brother can grind wheat, the second brother can ride his donkey. But what have I got to do with a cat? Once I make a pair of gloves out of his fur, it's all over. The cat, who understood everything that he just said, began to speak. Listen, there's no need for you to kill me when you'll get all but a pair of poor gloves for my fur. Have some boots made for me instead. Then I'll be able to go out and mix with people and help you before you know it. The miller's son was surprised the cat could speak like that. But since the shoemaker happened to be walking by, he called him inside and had him fit the cat for a pair of boots. Oh, have boots made for me instead. I said from me. Boots with the fur. When the boots were finished, the cat put them on. After that, he took a sack and filled the bottom with grains of wheat, and attached a piece of cord to the top, with which he could pull it closed again. Then he slung the sack over his shoulder and walked out the door on 2 legs like a human being. Because he has Puss in Boots. At that time, there was a king ruling the country, and he liked to eat partridges. Who doesn't? However, recently the situation had become grave for him because the partridges had become difficult to catch. The whole forest was full of them, but they frightened easily that none of the huntsmen had been able to get near them. The cat knew this, and he thought he could do much better than the huntsmen. When he entered the forest, he opened the sack and spread the grains of wheat on the ground, placed the cord in the grass, and strung it out behind a hedge. When he crawled back into the hedge, hid himself, and lay in wait. Soon the partridges came running, found the wheat, and hopped into the sack, one after another. When a good number were inside, the cat pulled the cord. Once the sack was closed tight, he ran over to it and wrung their little necks. Then he slung the sack over his back and went straight to the king's castle, and the sentry called out, "Stop! What are you doing?" "To the king," the cat answered quickly. "Are you crazy? The cat's to the king." "Let him go," another sentry said. "The king's often very bored. Perhaps a cat will give him some pleasure with his meowing and purring." When the cat appeared before the king, he bowed and said, "My lord, the count," and he uttered a long, distinguished name, "sends you this in regards and would like to offer you these partridges, which he recently caught in his traps." The king was amazed by the beautiful, fat partridges. Indeed, he was so overcome with joy that he commanded the cat to take as much gold from his treasury as he could carry and put it in the sack. "Bring it to your lord and give him my very best thanks for the gift." Meanwhile, the poor miller's son sat at home by the window, propped his head up with his hand, and wondered why he had given away all he had for the cat's boots, when the cat would probably not be able to bring them anything great in return. Suddenly the cat entered, threw down the sack from his back and opened it, and dumped the gold at the miller's feet. "Now you have something for the boots." The king also sends his regards and best of thanks. The miller's son was happy to have such wealth, and even though he didn't understand how everything had happened, however, as the cat was taking off his boots, he told him everything and said, "Surely you have enough money by now, but we don't have to be content with that. Tomorrow I'm going to put on my boots again, and you shall become even richer. Incidentally, I told the king your account." The following day, the cat put on his boots, and as he said he would, went hunting again, and brought the king a huge catch. So it went every day, and every day the cat brought back the gold to the miller's son. At the king's court he became a favorite, so that he was permitted to come and go and wander around the castle wherever he pleased. One day the cat was lying by the hearth in the king's kitchen and warming himself. The coachman came in and started cussing. "May the devil take the king and his princess! I wanted to go to the tavern and have a drink and play some cards, but now they want me to drive them to the lake so they can go for a walk." When the cat heard that, he ran home and said to his master, "If you want to be a rich count, come with me to the lake and go for a swim." The miller didn't know what to say. Nevertheless, he listened to the cat and went with him to the lake, where he undressed and jumped into the water, completely naked. Meanwhile, the cat took his clothes and carried them away and hid them. No sooner had he done it than the king came driving now. Now the cat began to wail in a miserable voice, "Oh, most gracious king! My lord went for a swim in the lake, and a thief came and stole all his clothing, and they were lying on the bank. Now the count is in the water and can't get out. If he stays in much longer, he'll freeze and die." When the king heard that, he ordered the coach to stop, and one of the servants had to race back to the castle and fetch some of the king's garments. The count put on the splendid clothes, and since the king had already taken a liking to him because of the partridges that he believed had been sent by the count, he asked the young man to sit down next to him in the coach. The princess was not in the least angry about this, for the count was young and handsome and pleased her a great deal. In the meantime, the cat went on ahead of them, came to a large meadow where there were 100 people making hay. "Who owns this meadow, my good people?" asked the cat. "The great sorcerer." "Oh, listen to me. The king will be driving by, and when he asks who the owner of this meadow is, I want you to answer, the Count. If you don't, you'll all be killed. Then the cat continued on his way and came to a wheat field so enormous that nobody could ever see over it. There were more than 200 people standing there cutting the wheat. Who owns this wheat, my good people? The sorcerer. Listen to me. The king will be driving by, and when he asks the owner of the wheat is, I want you to answer, the Count. If you don't, you'll all be killed. Finally, the cat came to a splendid forest where there were 300 people who were chopping down large oak trees and cutting them into wood. Who owns this forest, my good people? The sorcerer. No. Listen to me. The king will be driving by, and when he asks who the owner of this forest is, I want you to answer, the Count. If you don't do this, you'll be killed. The cat continued on his way, and the people watched him go. Since he looked so unusual and walked in boots like a human being, they were afraid of him. For he has Puss and boots. Soon the cat came to the sorcerer's castle, walked boldly inside, and appeared before the sorcerer, who looked at him scornfully and asked him what he wanted. The cat bowed and said, I've heard that you can turn yourself into a dog, a fox, or even a wolf, but I don't believe that you can turn yourself into an elephant. That seems impossible to me. And this is why I've come. I want to be convinced by my own eyes. That's just a trifle for me, the sorcerer said arrogantly, and within seconds he turned himself into an elephant. Oh, yes, that's great. But can you also turn yourself into a lion? Nothing to it, said the sorcerer, and he suddenly stood before the cat as a lion. The cat pretended to be terrified and cried out, It's completely and unheard of. Never in my wildest dreams would I have thought it possible. But you top all of this, you could turn yourself into a tiny animal, such as a mouse. I'm convinced that you could do more than any sorcerer in the world. But would that be too much for you? The flattery made the sorcerer quite friendly, and he said, Oh no, dear cat, that's not too much at all. And soon he was running around the room as a mouse. All at once the cat ran after him and caught the mouse in one leap and ate him up. Very tasty. While all this was happening, the king had continued driving with the count and the princess, and had come to a large meadow. Who owns this hay? The king asked. The count, the people all cried out, just as the cat had ordered them to do so. You've got a nice piece of land, Count, the king said. Afterward they came to a large wheat field. Who owns all this wheat, my good people? The Count. My, you've got quite a large and beautiful estate. Next they came to the forest. Who owns all these woods, my good people? The Count. The king was even more astounded and said, You must be a rich man, Count. I don't think I have a forest as splendid as yours. At last they came to the castle. The cat stood at the top of the stairs, and when the coach stopped below, he ran down and opened the door and said, Your Majesty, you have arrived at the castle of my lord, the Count. This honor will make him happy for the rest of his life. The king climbed out of the coach and was amazed by the magnificent building, which was almost larger and more beautiful than his own castle. The count led the princess up the stairs and into the hall, which was flickering with gold and jewels. The princess became the count's bride, and when the king died, the count became king, and Puss in Boots was his prime minister. Because politics. Okay, I'll read a couple more stories. Because it was not Puss and Boots. I will read you 2 more stories. Itty bitty ones. Maybe 2. Yeah, just 2 stories. I read you 2 more stories and you go to bed, okay? You will go to bed or I will tuck you in so you cannot move and leave. Because I want to make actual nachos instead of just eating your tortilla chips. If you do not go to sleep, I will eat your cookies. Very good. Now I want you to go to sleep pretty soon, okay? Now I will have to try to get rid of the really, really poorly done Spanish accent. The cat is staring at me. There's the next story. Is Hans Trina. Because apparently Hans has a Trina. Hans Trina was lazy and didn't want to do any work. She said to herself, "What should I do? Should I eat, sleep, or work? I think I'll eat first." After she had stuffed herself full, she said to herself, "What should I do? Work or sleep? I think I'll sleep a little first." Then she lay down and slept, and when she woke up it was night, so she could no longer go out and work. One time Hans returned home at noon and found Trina sleeping again in their room. So he took out his knife and cut off her dress at the knees. Trina awoke and thought, "It's time to go to work." However, when she went outside to work, she saw that her dress was so short. She became frightened and wondered whether she really was Trina, and said to herself, "Am I, or am I not Trina?" She didn't know how to answer the question, and stood there a while in doubt. Fondly, she thought, "You should go home and ask if you are you, though know for sure." So she returned home, knocked at the window, and called inside. "Is Hans Trina inside?" Since the others thought she was in her usual place, they answered, "Yes, she's lying down in her room and sleeping." "Well, then I'm not me," Trina said in delight. So she went off to the village and never returned. And this is how Hans got rid of Trina. What? What the hell? Hello? Is it that easy to convince someone that they're not themselves anymore? Clearly, my clothes don't fit, so I'm no longer myself. Okay. I'll do one more story, alright? This one should be a little bit longer. Not. It's only like 2 pages or so. Oh. Alright, Cubs. This is the last thing I'm reading for you tonight, okay? Fine. Sparrow and his 4 children. A sparrow had 4 young ones in a swallow's nest. When they were fledglings, some bad boys broke the nest, but unfortunately all the young birds escaped and a whirlwind. When their father became sorry that his sons went off in the world before he was able to warn them about the many dangers or give them good advice about how to fend for themselves. In the autumn, a great many sparrows came together in a wheat field. It was there that their father came upon the 4 sons once again. He joyfully took them home with him. I don't speak sparrow, so. Ah, my dear sons, I was terribly concerned about you all summer, especially since you had been carried away by that whirlwind before I was able to give you my advice. Now listen to my words. Obey your father, and keep this in mind. Little birds must face grave dangers. And then he asked his oldest son where he had spent the summer and how he had fed himself. I lived in a garden and hunted caterpillars and little worms until the cherries turned ripe. Ah, my son, said the father, such tasty morsels are not bad, but it can be very dangerous searching for them. So from now on, be on your guard, especially when people talk about the gardens carrying long green poles that are hollow inside and have a hole in the top. Yes, father, said my son. And what should I do when the green leaf is stuck in the hole with wax? Where have you seen this? In a merchant's garden, the young bird said. Oh, my son, responded the father, merchants are wily people. If you have been among such worldly folk, you should have learned enough of their shrewd ways. But see that you use the shrewdness well, and don't become overconfident. Then he asked the next son, where did you set up your home? At court, said the son. Sparrows and silly little birds have no business in being in such a place. There's too much gold, velvet, and silk, armor and harnesses, sparrowhawks, screech owls, and falcons. Keep to the horse stables where the oats are winnowed and threshed. Then you may be lucky enough to get your daily piece of bread and eat it in peace. Yes, father, said the son. But what shall I do if the stable boys make traps and set their gins and snares in the straw? Many a bird has gone away limp because of this. Where have you seen this? At the courts, among the stable boys. Oh, my son, those court servants are bad boys. Like Dingus. If you have been at court and mixed with the lords and left no feathers behind, you have learned quite a bit, and will know how to get by in the world. However, keep your eyes open all around you and above you, for often even the smartest dogs have felt the bite of wolves. The father now took his 3rd son to account. Where did you try your luck? Oh, I cast my lot on the highways and country roads. Sometimes I manage to find a grain of wheat or barley. Indeed, this is a fine meal, said the father. But keep on alert for the signs of danger and look around carefully, especially when someone bends over and is about to pick up a stone. Then make sure you take off quickly. That's true, said the son. But what should I do when someone may already be carrying a rock or a stone from the walk under his shirt or in his pockets? Where have you seen this? Among the miners, dear father. When they return from work, they generally carry stones with them. Ah, miners are workers and resourceful people. If you've been around mining boys, you've seen and learned something. If fly there if you will, but this must know. Mining boys have killed many a sparrow. Finally, the father came to his youngest son. You, my little dear chatterbox, you're always the silliest and weakest. Say to me, the world is filled with crass and wicked birds that have crooked beaks and long claws. Stick to your own kind and pick up little spiders and caterpillars from the trees and cottages. This way you'll live long and be content. My dear father, he who feeds himself without causing harm to other people will go far. No sparrowhawk, falcon, or eagle, or kite will do him harm. Each morning and evening he faithfully commends himself, and he honestly earned food to a merciful God, who is the creator and preserver of all the birds of the forest and village. Likewise, it is he who hears the cries and prayers of young ravens, for no sparrow or wren shall ever fall to the ground against his will. Where have you learned this? The son answered, When the gust of wind tore me from you, I landed in a church. There I picked the flies and spiders from the windows and heard the words during a sermon. Then the father of all sparrows fed me during the summer and protected me from misfortune and fierce birds. Faith, my dear son, if you take refuge in churches and help clean out the spiders and the buzzing flies, and if you chirp to God like the young ravens and commend yourself to the eternal Creator, you will stay well, even if the entire world is full of malicious birds. For he who worships God in every way, who suffers, waits, is meek, and prays, who keeps his faith and conscience pure, God will keep him safe and sure. Yeah. Cubs. Cubs, 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 cubs. Oh, well, you're asleep. Good. And you didn't leave too many crumbs in your bed. I guess your mom will be happy about that. Good night, cubs. Pleasant dreams. I did not expect the religious ending of that last story. Anyway. Chat. The trio still hunting ghosts. Guess we can go ahead and raid them. Hope all you cubs had a good night. So, yeah. Good night, cubs. We're gonna raid. Gimme. Raid. Oh, that's not what I want to read. Give me a second. I don't have a read message because I don't have a read message. So it was a good night, cubs. I hope you'll have nice dreams and whatnot. I may or may not have a surprise soon, but again, I'm not going to say what it is. So, get my keyboard clear, and yeah. But for now, tavern's closed. Cub shouldn't be drinking anyway. Again, PSA. I really shouldn't drink as much as I do, but if I'm not here to serve as a bad example, what am I here for? No, so let's go raid Gimme. Oh, let me look real quick. Yeah, let's raid Gimme. I don't see anyone else I'd want to raid right now. Night, Cubs.